Welcome back everybody, time for match 2. We found a new opponent, we're on the play again. After that fairly punt heavy first match, gotta redeem myself and clean up my act and focus a little more. Alright, this is gonna be a mulligan because the hand doesn't really do anything at all. This is a lot better. It's a pretty good keep overall, I think. Since with reunion and voice we can make sure that we have playable stuff. Yeah, why not? Might as well leave a land on top so we can play Kozilek's Return if we need to play the front side depending on the matchup. And if not, we can just discard the return or the land to one of our draw spells, so either way it's not gonna hurt us. Looks like green-black. A more rare deck these days. Alright, I think. We're gonna start with voice, since we don't have that much obvious discard yet, stuff to discard yet. Kind of not even that easy what to discard here. I mean, return frontside usually doesn't do that much against green-black. I mean, it kills Constrictor, which is a thing. This is actually really tricky. I think I actually just discard the return here for now. But this could easily be wrong. It's kind of not so easy to decide what to discard there, honestly. So he's on that version. Alright. So I guess I'm gonna just discard these two. And finally we found some relevant stuff and can soon replay our Kozilek's Return, which is nice. There's the Constrictor. Alright, actually Constrictor doesn't even die to the front side to return anyway. This guy does. Got that one mixed up. But I mean, we're gonna just sweep all of that up before it becomes too big of a problem. Alright. I think I'm just gonna play this and discard these two in the hopes of finding an untapped land. So we can end of turn stitching. We found a land, but not an untapped one. So let's hope this is still fast enough. We might actually have to kill the Constrictor. Depending on what he plays. The Lightning Axe will be our salvation here. I mean, if we draw an untapped land, we can still go Deep Fiend right away next turn, so that's nice. We'll see what he's up to. If he goes ballista here, then I just kill this guy. I think we kind of have to kill it now, because otherwise the cup is gonna get too big and it's gonna be a problem. So yeah, I guess we just discard the amalgam. Wouldn't want the cup to go crazy. So land. I think I'm gonna leave that temper open. Unfortunately, no untapped land. Alright, take some more damage. Gonna let that slide. So kind of think we want to go for it now, and just to like not take too much damage here. Blow up the cub. It basically needs 2 removal because we also have the amalgam to deny us the deep field, and we can double return, so should be in pretty good shape all in all. Yep, that's kind of what I expected, but since we have double return, it's not a big deal. Actually, we can just attack with those 2, and if he blocks, we don't even need to use both returns. That is ambitious. The question now is, do I want to use it now to save one, or do I want to wait? Sort of think I'd rather wait and like steal his entire turn. Since he can't draw a card in the upkeep anyway. So I'd rather just like blow him out in combat. Alright. Emerge. A big guy. And double Kozilek's return. And then on our turn we can Stitch Ring Amalgam. Alright, let's see if that's good enough. Alright, so just gonna attack for 5. And I think instead of getting the Stitch Ring and the Amalgam back, I'd rather just play this Stitch Ring and use whatever we draw next turn to do the Stitch Ring thing with the land. Or maybe even use Fumaro, depending. It's like a 3/4 flyer, it's pretty decent here. And better than discarding it to get half of the Stitch Ring back, basically. A very unexciting Longtusk Cub. And another Siphoner. Alright, so the question is, do we Stitch Ring or do we just Fumaro? Think I'm leaning Stitch Ring here simply because it puts more pressure on the board. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna attack and like go for a potential end of turn Stitch Ring, like either Stitch Ring depending. Like if he kills this one somehow, then we get that one back. But suddenly we are the beatdown and things are looking pretty good, so. Plus he kind of has to block because we might have like Fiery Temper or something to kill him. So it's kind of a removal to attack here, basically. I kind of expected that after the pump. Grasp of Darkness, that's alright. But yeah, this Garb Air Force should do the trick. This is one hell of a long game one. Constrictor. Please no land Gearhulk. That seems scary. That's fine. Not that impressive. Especially given that like losing life basically equals dying. A Ballista, that's pretty good, I guess. Since it shoots down our Scab, which is a bit unfortunate. I mean, I could block here, then he kills that. But that means he loses Ballista and Siphoner, so that doesn't seem bad. I think I like that. seems better than returning the 3-1 here. I mean, the 2-for-1 trade seems pretty good. Just gotta make sure that we win that race somehow. Alright, this guy has ManuS. That was sloppy. Forgot about the ManuS. As I said, I'm really not on top of things currently, as it seems. Yeah, I mean, I guess now we just have to jump block to not like get run over. Completely forgot about the ManuS. Don't play against green-black that much anymore these days. Alright, so let's see if we find something meaningful. How about that is actually far from terrible. So I guess we just try to like not die, but the problem is he has exactly lethal. Oh, actually 2 more with the Quagmire, so we are dead. Just kind of like had a bunch too many cheap creatures there. So yeah, even without my punt, I don't think we have a realistic shot at winning here, but my punt definitely was the nail in the coffin. Alright, so potentially want the Raz and like horribly awry. We might even want the flow. Alright, so I think we don't want visions in that matchup. And possibly we could bring in like rejection for Gearhulk and Ballista and stuff. Might actually be worth it. I think I'm gonna cut. One of the Stitch Wings maybe because of Ballista and stuff. Actually, I think I might like rejection a bit better, since it like hits the more high impact creatures. Let's try it like that. Alright. I'm gonna mulligan. This is not a great hand either. Then again, the hand has everything but mana, so I kind of am inclined to keep it. Just hope that we like find mana in time. I mean, it's close, might be wrong, maybe it's better to go to 5, but like with a Tormenting Voice and with just like basically wanting to draw 1 mana and already having like Scab and Fiend and Return, that seems like a pretty good way to come back. Now we even have an Amalgam, so we have everything except land. Green Belt Rampager, sure. Finally we found a land. So that means we can discard Scab and hopefully find a blue source. Yep, we found a blue source. Nice. So now we are basically in business. Since Scab can let us discard, return, and amalgam, and all we need now is like one more blue for Defiant. Alright, so we even have our second blue, but it's like a bit slow. So we gotta make sure that we're not gonna get overrun before it's too late. But at least return is gonna be a big catch up. Can't even counter that. But it's for one, so it's not that bad. Not sure why he would use the lifelink, but that's cool. Not gonna complain about that. So at least we can like theoretically fiend next turn, but practically he might just like ballista it. So maybe it's better to just delay that one more turn and like front side Kozilek's return. Yeah, I think we gotta do that because otherwise our Scab's just gonna get shut down. Which is really annoying. And yeah, rejection is probably pretty good given that he also runs like Aethersphere Harvester. So he has a fair share of like targets for rejection. Alright, so problem is we are just too far behind to recover from this. Like the ballista basically was too much. And even by playing Scab and blocking, we won't have enough. We basically needed to draw an untapped blue source here, so we could go Scab and Deep Fiend, but we didn't, so we're just gonna die. Alright, this is not going too well, but that is less the deck's fault and more my fault today, since I'm really just not playing that well. Alright, I hope you guys still stick around for match 3. See you in a moment for the third match. Thanks for watching.